Hello, everyone. Welcome to another amazing call of Origin. We're super excited to have you here tonight. So please press on the chat right now where are you listening to us from. And while we instruct the people from Spanish market to go ahead and click and sign in the little world so they can go ahead and listen this wonderful call in Spanish. Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Buenas tardes, buenas noches, dependiendo de donde estén. Solamente quería avisarles que para escuchar esta llamada completamente en español, solamente tienen que darle clic ahí en el mundito y escojan el idioma español para poder escucharla completamente en español. All right, guys, welcome everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. As like I said, get ready because this is something wonderful. This is something great. This is something that we all have been waiting for, ready to go next level with Origin, and we're happy to go ahead and be here with you guys. In order to go ahead and start this wonderful call, I'll just go ahead and give the wonderful mic and time, wonderful CEO and founder Dan Putnam. My friend, floor is yours. Let's go ahead and go.
All right, thanks so much, JC. I'm going to share my screen here in just a second as soon as I get the permissions, and we will get this started. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. We were doing this call nightly until the 26th of November, so just a little bit more than 1 week. And this is the pre-launch call of the Origin opportunity. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. I see that it's 1 minute past the hour. Again, thank you all for joining us, and I have some absolutely incredible, life-changing information to share with you this evening. The term origin means the first stage of existence or the beginning. And I've literally said this for years, and I believe it 100% with all my heart. I truly believe that if each and every one of us actually knew who we were and what we're capable of, where we come from, everything in this life would be easy. And it's one of the reasons that I love this name Origin so much. It's always something that brings up in my mind as a reminder of who we are, what we're capable of. And the name Origin for the company really isn't just a name. It's a promise about where everything begins. We believe that where things start determines how they end. From the molecular foundation to the final delivery, every decision we make as a company is rooted in purity, integrity, and intentional design. So we're going to be discussing a lot about the product this evening. The product is absolutely amazing. The biggest thing I've ever seen in the 30 plus years I've done this for a living, traveled all over the world, seen many different products and services available to different people. But the timing here is unlike anything that I've ever seen. Now, what we really stand behind with this brand is two main things: purity, ranging from the source. You can actually see this beautiful picture. It's not just a picture that we found. This is actually right where the product is sourced. This is in Norway, ethical sourcing, patented processing, and superior, truly pure raw material. Again, there's nothing like this in the world, starting with the actual raw ingredients. The next thing is the potency. So, you can take those raw ingredients, you can put them in a pill, you could put them in a drink or something like that. But what we is able to do is we is actually able to put this in a patented extract process so that the potency is next level. A lot of the studies that they have on this raw ingredient, they're using 12 grams. To get that same effective dose, we only need 10 to 12 drops. This truly is next level, and it works to our advantage in so many different ways. Just from, again, just the simplicity of using the product, the simplicity of the logistics of the company, where we can literally ship more than 10,000 of these bottles on a single pallet. And again, I could not imagine putting together a more perfect business than what we've done here with Origin. And here's maybe one of the most exciting parts. We put this whole thing together with very strategic partnerships, starting with the actual raw ingredients. A lot of times we have our own contract manufacturer, so we are a manufacturer, and we bring in raw ingredients from all over the world, but it's a whole different thing when you're actually in control and know exactly where those raw ingredients come from. And that's what we've done here. We've been able to make a partnership with the company in Norway. in order to make sure that we can bring this product to the world. The distribution, we've partnered with a 9-year-old debt-free company that already has warehouses all over the world. Again, we have our own manufacturing, so the bottling, flavoring, different things like that, we're able to do in-house. Worldwide legal teams, logistics, technology, everything is put together so that you have the advantage of the timing of a brand new startup that nobody's heard of, but you don't have that risk. And that's why we really wanted to do this with these strategic partnerships. And in addition to that, with the partnership that we have, they are just constantly doing more studies and more research. In fact, we had a meeting with the one of the owners just a couple weeks ago, and they're just talking about they raised another $300 million for research and development. So this is something that we'll make sure that we always are on the cutting edge with this brand, with this product, and the different things that we're going to be able to do. What I'm going to talk about specifically is a product that has the potential to be the hottest thing ever in nutrition. I'm sure that most people have been hearing a lot about peptides. A lot of people have probably been hearing about GLP-1, weight loss injections, and things like that. They've become the most popular pharmaceutical in the world. Again, this is growing at just an absolutely incredible pace. And we've been able to enter that market with a superior product that literally is about 10 to 15% of the cost of what you're looking at on the pharmaceutical products without all of the side effects and things like that. So we actually work with 3 different pathways. First one, GLP-1. This is what really got popular with the injections like Ozempic and things like that. They're focused on GLP-1. There really is nothing that's been found or nothing that's been created that's going to help control appetite better than GLP-1. It regulates hunger at a neural level by activating brain receptors. It slows the gastric emptying for natural satiety, so you just feel full longer, reduces food cravings and portion sizes, and promotes sustainable weight loss without really changing anything. People are literally just eating less because they're not as hungry. And it really doesn't get much simpler than that. And this is what kind of started the whole craze. But when it's only GLP-1, they started to notice a lot of different problems and potential side effects. One of the biggest ones, when you're looking at weight loss, it's not the same thing as fat loss. So even though a lot of people was losing weight with just the GLP-1, many cases, because they wasn't making any changes or anything like that, and it didn't have anything else to help protect the lean mass, they were losing as much or more lean mass than fat. So then came a lot more studying and looking at a lot more, and they saw that they could put some things that affect GLP-1 and then also GLP. This is what we're calling the core shield. This helps repair and strengthen intestinal barrier function, so it's helping with gut health. This reduces systematic inflammation throughout the body. So again, reducing inflammation is one of the most important things that we can do for our health. I saw a study maybe a couple years ago, and what they were really looking at is they know that every single disease has an inflammatory response. So what they're looking at is what causes disease. Does disease cause inflammation, or does inflammation cause disease? And they've really decided they think it's more of the second. They think that it's the inflammation, if it's not taken care of and not handled, leads to disease. So having a product that you take every single day, every single drop as it enters your bloodstream straight through your mouth, you're literally starting to deal with that inflammation. Enhances nutrient absorption and gut microbiome. Again, this is massive. So much of the food that we eat, so much of the supplements that we take, because of the condition the body is in, it's not assimilating, it's not absorbing as much of the nutrients as possible. So again, this is something that's going to improve every single supplement that you take and even help you get more nutrition from the food that you eat. One of the reasons that it is also making it to where people aren't as hungry and don't have the cravings, because they're literally absorbing and assimilating more of the nutrition that they're eating. And then this promotes digestive wellness and immune function. So the GLP-2 is just a massive improvement over just the GLP-1 on its own. And then we come into the GIP. Sorry, I jumped 2 slides. This is your metabolic optimizer. This optimizes your insulin sensitivity and glucose regulation. Literally, this is maybe the biggest breakthrough in all of health, because I would say, if I was going to say, what is the number one problem in health around the world right now, I would say that it's insulin resistance. That's causing more problems than anything else. So this, again, every single one of these drops is helping control the blood sugar and make the body sensitive to insulin. Very, very important. And then in addition to that, it's helping with the glucose regulation. That's going to help control your energy so that you're not having crashes. So again, it prevents the blood sugar spikes and energy crashes, enhances fat burning and metabolic efficiency, supports sustained energy and mental clarity. So it also works as a nootropic. So you're getting more energy, you're reducing inflammation, you're helping the immune system, you're helping the gut, you're helping control the appetite. And this is all put together to create what we would call the premier fat loss product ever created. And it's a big difference. So you're going to be hearing from us, you're not going to be hearing a lot about weight loss. You're going to be hearing a lot more about fat loss. And so all of this is put together in one amazing product that we call TriGLP. Again, this truly is a breakthrough in metabolic wellness. One daily drop to help your body shed fat, restore balance, and sustain clean, natural energy all day long. This really is just kind of that cheat code for fat loss, mental clarity, energy, immune system, controlling your blood sugar. Again, all of these in one amazing product. And again, just to go over the key benefits one more time, um, if my thing will go on one slide at a time instead of jumping two or three. The first thing, again, it's 3-in-1. So this controls the appetite without having to, really focus on different restrictive diets and stuff like that. Gut healing, very, very important for digestive wellness, to help your metabolic balance for sustained energy, and then just really comprehensive transformation, mind and body. There's clinical studies, so this isn't just me saying this. The actual clinical studies show weight loss from 15 to 25% of body weight, specifically fat, blood sugar, improved glucose, better control of your HbA1c, energy again, sustained, vitality without crashes, inflammation reduced, and then your digestion, enhanced gut health and nutrient absorption. And here's what makes this so different. There's over 3 years of studies and development in this. There's no needles, no jabs, pokes, or stings. This literally is as easy as any product that there is to take. Just a few drops in the morning, a few drops in the afternoon, and you're good to go. This is, again, 2 different patents, patent on the actual raw ingredients, and then a patent on the extract process. And here's a big thing. No prescriptions or anything needed. So this is something that any person can purchase and use the product. You don't have to go talk to a doctor, get prescriptions, hope that your insurance covers it or anything like that. As I mentioned, we do have the clinical studies to back up everything that we've already been talking about. And besides just the clinical studies, this is as clean a product as you can possibly get. Completely organic, no antibiotics, again, non-GMO, GMP certified, which is run by the FDA, halal certified, free from pesticides, zero additives, kosher certified. This, again, if you're looking for just a clean, pure product, again, remember we talked about purity, one of the things that we really focus on as a brand and as a company. This is literally as pure as it gets. And because of that, we're actually working on the term and the trademark ORYGN Pure. Our ingredients are so pure and meticulously sourced, we select each element to exact specifications, from the pristine waters where our fish thrive, through our gentle processing methods to find nutrient-rich powder. This isn't just organic, this is ORYGN Pure, a new standard of purity that goes beyond conventional categories. Again, this product is next level. And I in seeing this, the thing that's the most exciting for me is the timing. It literally could not be better timing for this product to come out into the marketplace. Currently in the United States, 8 to 10% of Americans are currently using a GLP-1 product. So that's approximately 30 to 40 million people already using a pharmaceutical. This is an injection. 30 to 35% additional Americans. So again, now we're looking at about 100 million are interested in taking GLP-1s, but they just haven't done it because in most cases, the cost, if you go to two different ways that people are going with it. One is the pharmaceutical route, going and talking to a doctor, getting a prescription, hoping that the insurance doesn't cover it. If the insurance doesn't cover it, it's well over $1,000 per month. In some cases, up to $3,000 per month, depending on the dosage. And then there's this gray area, which I think is a little dangerous and can cause massive issues in the future. There's all kinds of weight loss clinics all over the United States and all over the world that are selling peptides. And because they can't legally sell these without a prescription, what they're doing, the gray area, is they're saying not for human consumption, for research purposes only. But they're literally selling these inside of weight loss clinics, knowing that people are going to be injecting these peptides into their bodies. Now, these peptides are not coming from the purest sources and all of the things that we're talking about. In many cases, you don't even know exactly what you're getting, where it's coming from. This is completely next level and completely different. So when we have already, just in the United States that we know, approximately 100 million people, in addition to around the 40 million that are already on a GLP-1 product, are interested in taking one. We can bring them the purest product in existence with the same clinical studies, literally at about 10 to 15% the cost of what they're currently paying now. Now, most of the medical weight loss clinics that are selling the peptides not for human consumption, they're not charging as much as the doctors on the pharmaceutical side, but they're still charging between $400 and $600 per month. Plus, you have to pay for extra visits and things like that in order to stay on. This is something between $55 and $130 that, again, is not only a superior product, a superior delivery system, but it really is exciting because we know worldwide there's literally billions of people that are looking for the solutions that these products bring. Now, here's the big thing, again, to think about. We talked about perfect timing and all of that, but I think a big difference is you're talking about injections. And I did hear from somebody, and they were saying, yeah, but the injections have better assimilation, better absorption, so the injections are going to work better. And really, that just is not true. I don't know where they're getting that. If you go and research and look up how much of an injection is assimilated, and these are injected typically into the fat, and it's about 30 to 70%. Again, that's good absorption. If you look at the typical sublingual product with just normal technology, you're getting about 10 to 60% on sublingual drops. And in many cases, you're getting less than that in drinks and things that are going into the gut. So injections are a great way to assimilate products between 35 to 70%. Both the extract process that we're using and how we do this, we're getting over 90%, close to 99% of the ingredients assimilating into the body. So that potency is unmatched in anything like this. So again, you go from painful weekly injections, most cases only one peptide, side effects. And in fact, the side effects are so many. These are, when you're looking at, here's another massive difference that you have to understand. When you're looking at what they're bringing to the table, these peptides are 100% synthetic. Ours is 100% natural. So that's as big a difference as anything, but then not having to take the injections. And because of the synthetics and because of side effects, there's already billions of dollars in lawsuits against some of these biggest pharmaceutical brands. Now, again, ours, on the other hand, oral liquid delivery with a patented process to help get over 90% assimilation and absorption into the body. Triple peptide formula, that's why we call it tri-GLP. Fat loss with muscle retention, that is massive. 100% natural ingredients, that's also massive. Sustained release, no needles or syringes needed, also don't need to go talk to a doctor or go to a clinic and pay fees to get this product. We have two options. We have a 3-pack option. This is what's recommended for people that are looking to lose weight, whether it's 10 pounds or 100 pounds. The best chance of using this for fat loss is going to be 10 to 12 drops per day. Each one of these bottles has around 120 drops. So one bottle, you could use about 4 drops per day. That's going to be more the maintenance. And again, there's so many benefits other than just fat loss, why people should be using this product every single day. Even if you're not looking to lose any weight, there's massive benefits of this. So you just decide what's best for you. If you're looking for weight loss at all, I highly recommend, no question, the 3 bottles. If you're looking more just for maintenance and some of the other huge benefits, then 1 bottle, might be okay for you. And here's a question a lot of people have. Okay, well, how do I get started? This all sounds pretty good, but what's the next step? Right now, we're in what we call a pre-launch stage. People are joining for free. We sold the first bottles and sold out within 24 hours on 11/11. We're going to be bringing them for sale again on November 28th, Black Friday here in the United States, and running through December 1st, where people can purchase the product in many different countries. And then on 12/12, we're going to launch, and then people will be able to buy the product at all times. We've put together a very simple business model. And just like the product is unlike anything that I've seen, the business model that we put together is unlike anything that I've ever seen. So I want you to kind of, forget about anything that you've tried in the past, the success or lack of success that you've ever had. Because one of the things that we're doing that I have never seen done is we have complete pre-built marketing campaigns on social media using AI and today's top technology, not only to put information out, but also to help follow up with prospects. And this is massive. So every single person will have a pre-built marketing system at no additional cost that will be posting for you, replying to anybody who likes, anybody who comments. And then we have a complete 5-step training process to make sure that everybody has an exact system to follow, no questions to ask, and it will not take any more than 1 or 2 hours per day. Everything well thought out, everything done for you. So regardless of your current skill set, background, or experience, we can help you reach your goals with your health and then also financially. So when you add this pre-built marketing system to a product that already has billions of people around the world looking for it, and we have this product all over the world from day one, this truly is a massive opportunity. There's 9 different ways that you can get paid. We're just going to talk about a couple of them on this call. First off, retail sales. If you have people that just want to be a customer, we pay 50% on the dollar. So if it was $55, you'd make $27.50 instant pay. If they purchased the 130, you would make $65 instant pay on every order for customers. In addition to that, 20% goes in to pay you and the rest of your team upline on all customer purchases. And then we have the lifestyle bonus. In order to make unlimited commissions in this business model, you work with 2 teams. So you need to get 1 person left and 1 person right. Excuse me, that qualifies you for unlimited income. The next step, you're going to help them do the same thing, and that's going to be your first lifestyle bonus. That lifestyle bonus is going to put you in profit, and if that's the only thing that you understand in the compensation plan, everything else takes care of itself. As an example, if I get 2 and I help them get 2, that's a total team of 6 people. That's going to put my business in profit. The next step I want to do is I want to duplicate that. If I duplicate that 4 times, that's going to put me between 10 and 20,000 per month, US dollars, every single month, month after month. If I duplicate that 6 times, that's going to put me around $100,000 per month, over $1 million per year. So this is a very simple process. First step, qualify for unlimited commissions, find 2 people. Second step, help them do the same thing, get in profit. Third step, start to duplicate that. Duplicate it 4 times, that's 10 to 20,000 a month. 6 times, 100,000 a month. And again, you can duplicate it unlimited times. This market is massive. In addition to that, we have a fast start bonus, which is also instant pay. So this is for the brand partners that you bring on, not the customers, the people who want to build a team with you. You're going to make 50% of the CV in real time on their first order. And then all additional orders, it goes into a 2-team plan that pays you up to $20,000 per week, plus unlimited matching bonuses. One of the things that I love about this compensation plan is your sponsor and the upline leaders have a vested interest in helping you make as much money as possible because they can earn matching bonuses. But again, you just focus on the simplicity. Customers, 50% real time. So the second that their order goes through, you have $65 in your e-wallet if they buy the $130 package. Get two who get two, that puts you in profit. Focus on duplicating that, and that gets you to whatever your income goals are. And what makes this, again, so exciting, not just the compensation plan, not just the product, but having this strategic partnership with the leading AI technology for marketing and helping build the business. Every single person, you do not have to set anything up. The entire campaign is already set up for you. All you do is sync your Instagram, which takes less than a minute to do, and then the marketing takes off. Then from that point, you follow our 5-step training and you're off to the races. So what's next? Is what the question a lot of people may be asking. What's next is free enrollment. So you're going to get back to the person who invited you on this call, and you're going to get locked in your position for free. Then what I recommend is you start sharing this information with as many people as you possibly can on social media, face-to-face, texting, emailing, whatever it is to get the information out. This is the hottest product in the market right now. #1 pharmaceutical in the world. Weight loss clinics opening up like crazy. Literally, there's probably 15 weight loss clinics within a 5-minute drive from my office that are selling peptides at $400 to $700 per month with products that say right on them, not for human consumption, research purposes only. So you can go and mess with all those needles and not have any clue what you're getting, or you can go with the purest product with the same studies, even better studies, at a tenth of the price to 20% of the price, and then have an opportunity to make unlimited money. And that's really what we are. So between now and Black Friday, you'll be able to enroll unlimited people for free. The second they enroll, they start doing the same thing. They can start enrolling unlimited people for free, who enroll more people, who enroll more people. So if you have ever wondered what it looks like to be in the right place at the right time, that literally is a definition of where we are right now. I've done this full time for 30 plus years. I've never seen something line up like this to create this massive of an opportunity. So again, I want to thank you for joining us. If you have any questions at all, don't overthink this. There's nothing to take in a free position and finding out more information. Lock in a position for free. Start getting the information out to as many people as possible. If you want to have some ideas of what this would look like, how you would be building this if you decide to go all in just a minute, we're going to start our training. So I'm going to go ahead and end this part of the call. You can stay on the line if you want, or if you don't want to go through the training, you don't need to. I'm going to go through about a 30-minute training, a lot of information, but it is life-changing information. I can guarantee you that the training I'm going to cover, if you follow it, you will succeed in this business. I have zero doubts. I know that it works. I've done it myself. We've done over 6 billion in sales over the 30 years that I've done this for a living, paid out billions of dollars in commissions. And this is the hottest thing I've ever been part of. I truly am more excited about the future than I've ever been in the last 30 years. So again, thanks everybody. And we'll be getting started here in just about 2 minutes. I'll start. I see that it's in Mountain Standard Time at 7:29. At 7:31, I'm going to go ahead and get started into the training. So thanks everybody. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started in the training. For those of you that stayed on, thank you. I'm going to do my best to make it well worth your time. The first thing I want to talk about briefly is this Project 10,000 idea. Brett Coffey put this together for us, and I think it's ingenious. If I was a distributor right now, I can guarantee you what I would be doing is getting this information out to as many people as I possibly could, teaching them to do the same thing, and building as big of a group as I possibly can before 12/12, so that I can start off and literally pretty much have my entire business built. And from that time on, just manage, make sure that they understand the 5 steps that we're going to go through, and really live the life that you're doing this business for. Have the time in order to, spend with your kids or your loved ones, or on your hobbies or whatever it is that you're looking to do. I've seen this happen in my career probably 5 or 6 times, where somebody was able to build their entire business during pre-launch and start off with a 50 to 100,000 plus monthly check and grow it from there. So what I'm going to show you here is this Project 10,000. The goal is to get 10,000 people as a team entered in for free. Starting off by getting 10 yourself, that's your first 10. Help them get 10 each, that's 100 more. Those 100 get 10, that's 1,000 more. Those 1,000 get 10, that's 10,000 more. That's a total team. And I love these numbers. Again, we launched the company on 11/11. The company that we've partnered with, its ninth anniversary was 11/11. And these numbers just happen to be 11/11/0. So 11,110 people in your organization, of which you brought 10 for free. That can easily happen in 1 or 2 days. If you get this information to everybody you know, there's a good chance you're going to get 10 or more. They do the same thing. This entire thing could take 4 days, 5 days, meaning if it took me one day to get 10 and takes them one day, in 4 days, I have this team. If it took me 2 days, then again, in 8 days, I have this team. If it took me 5 days, then in 20 days, I have this team. We have a little bit less than 30 days before launch. So the goal would be to get those 10 people, I would say, in no more than 5 days. There's no reason it should take more than 5 days, and then help them do the same thing. We have recordings of calls like we just did before. We're doing a live opportunity at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, up until Black Friday, or excuse me, up until the day before Thanksgiving, so Wednesday the 26th. And then after December 1st, we'll announce the call schedule and what we'll be doing between December 1st and going up to December 12th when we kick this thing off. So I've personally seen people just during pre-launch build a team where people come in for free, and their very first check be over 100,000. If you reached these numbers, your first check would be well over 100,000, probably closer to $150,000 that you would be making monthly. It's going to be putting you getting pretty close to the $2 million per year range. Now, again, is it possible 100%? Is it likely? Really just depends on the decision that you make. You're the only one that can decide if you do this, and how hard you try. What I'm going to go over about the next 20 minutes, I'm going to go through it a little bit faster tonight, because we're putting all the videos, all the PDFs. It literally is going to be copy and paste, but I want you to have the basic idea of this system once we launch the company. There's 5 steps to success, and it's all built around 2 things: duplication and retention. It was actually in 1995. I'd been in network marketing for 3 years, really struggling. Every other month, I was deciding if I was going to quit or not. I couldn't really afford the auto ships. I wasn't making money consistently, and it was just kind of a burden. I was burnt out. I was tired of talking to people, and constantly hearing the same thing and having the same questions, or getting somebody that joins and they're super excited and they don't do anything. And again, I just literally was ready to quit the business. And one night, out of frustration, I sat back, I relaxed, I got out a notepad, a pen, and a piece of paper, and I started writing down, what do I actually need to do in order to be successful? And I had seen something earlier called the power of one. And I'd also seen something going around that said, would you rather have $1 million right now today, or a penny doubling every day for 1 month? And then if you start doing the math in your head of that penny doubling, you have 1 penny, and then 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. In your first week, you barely even have a dollar. And then it goes $1.28, 2.56, and goes up. In your first 2 weeks, you only have like $15. And so most people are thinking, man, the time's half up. I only have $15. The $1 million is going to be way more. But as that continues to grow, then in 30 days, you'd have 5 million. 31 days, you have 10 million. And then again, it just gets massive and massive from there. And so, what I thought about, I really pulled out that sheet of paper and I started looking at it. And I started thinking, man, could I teach somebody to sign up one person per day, and double this thing every day? And I thought, it's not very likely, but I definitely could teach people one per month. And so then I started writing it out, and I noticed something really quickly. In this duplication in this business, it doesn't go 1, 2, it goes 1, 3. Meaning my first month I sign up one person. My second month I sign up another one, but that one signs up one, and so that's 3 people. And then those three each sign up one plus mine, that's 7. So we don't go 1, 2, 4, we go 1, 3, 7. It's almost twice as many people. And so then I fast forward, and in 30 months, 2.5 years, if I was able to sign up one person a month and teach them to do the same, my team is around 10 million people. And then I continued that for 3 years, around 640 million people. Barely 3.5 years, I have the entire world's population. And then I started looking and testing some other things. And the business that I was in was a very similar, not a similar compensation plan, but it was a 2-team compensation plan. So you wanted one on the left and one on the right. So then I started looking at, well, what if I just got 2 people and I taught them to get 2, and they taught them to get 2, et cetera, et cetera? What would this look like? And if I just said, okay, in 1 month, let's go ahead and do that. And in 1 year, you'd be making over 100,000 per month. In 2 years, you have almost the entire world in your downline. And in just over 2.5 years, you do have the entire world in your downline. That's just by getting 2. That's not 2 every month. That's just 2, period. It literally would take 32 months for you to have the entire world, 8 billion people. And so what happened there is the light bulb went off, and I first learned, for the first time ever in my career, I learned that you do not need to be a good marketer in order to make unlimited money and build a bigger business than has ever been built in the history of network marketing. What you need is you need to be able to duplicate. And then what goes hand in hand with the duplication is retention. You want to duplicate, and obviously you need them to stay in the business. And so for duplication, I figured out an exact formula. Build a list, cultivate the list, present the business to the list, and then that's the sales process. As somebody joins, you onboard them and you teach them the same thing. Retention, I found that there's 5 reasons. I wrote these down again back in 1995, 30 years ago. I wrote these down in my notebook. Why would somebody stay and order the product month after month? First, they love the product. Second, they're retailing the product, so they're not even using it, but they're making money on it, so they're going to continue to order it to sell it. 3, they're making profit in the business. They're building a team, they're making profit. 4, they're on auto ship and they just haven't, remembered to cancel yet. Or 5, they're being trained and mentored. They like the culture. They like being with people that believe in them. They like to feel some hope that some changes can happen in their life. And so they just like participating with people that think the same way and support them and want the best for them. And so those are really the 5 things that I saw in order to keep people in the business, in order to maintain as much retention as you possibly can. And so I started to think, well, what can I do if I know these 5 things? What do I need to do in order to have the best retention of any network marketer? And my degree's in psychology. I studied the most placebo and anti-placebo. And so I learned how powerful the human brain is and what we're capable of. And it is literally mind blowing. I can absolutely guarantee you that your mind and your thought process has way more to do with the product works than any of the ingredients in the product. I just saw study after study after study. It is mind blowing. If you ever want to see how amazing you are as a human being, go start studying a little bit placebo and anti-placebo, and you'll start to see what you're capable of with just using your mind and your beliefs. So, with that being, every single person that I sponsored, I wanted to get exactly what their expectations were and what they wanted from this product and take the product with exact expectations. It's one of the reasons that testimonial groups work so well. When somebody sees this product working for dozens or hundreds or thousands of other people, they pretty much are confident that it's going to work. And then guess what? The product does work better. The better the marketing is, the better the product. Retailing the product. I was always able to be a top 10 or 15 retailer in every business that I was in with never trying to retail. And all I did was if somebody decided not to join the business with me, I just asked them if they would like to at least be a customer. And then I would break it down into a typically a 3 day, a 1 week, or a 1 month supply. This one you can't really break down, so they're going to get a 1 bottle or 2 bottles or 3 bottles. But again, you don't have to go that hard to get customers. Customers are going to come to you through these 5 steps. I'll explain to you who I would go for as customers. Again, making a profit by building the team. That's really just focusing on the training, focusing on following the system. Getting people on auto ship is going to get you typically 1 or 2 extra months to work with them in order to get them in profit, to get them plugged in. And then again, creating that culture, that means having team calls, doing team events, doing team contests, doing different things for your team so that they feel like they're part of something. We're going to do as much as we possibly can to create that culture as a company. But if you want to focus on having the best retention, then you also want to be doing some things for your team and creating that culture and just, welcome people, make friends. And some of the best friends I've had have come from this industry focused on, meetings and culture and training and brainstorming and different things like that. So now we're going to get into these 5 steps. I'm going to go through these steps a little bit faster than normal, just because it literally is pretty much all copy and paste. Step number 1, and everything that we do with our system has an exact assignment with a due date, and then we have accountability with that. So the assignment on this is literally within your first couple hours. Make a list of 25 people that you want to work with. Now, what I do with this, and we'll have different, invites that you can send them, but I typically ask them 2 questions. I've had more success taking an indirect approach than taking a direct approach, meaning I'm not necessarily trying to sell them anything or get them to join anything. I'm going to ask them 2 questions. And again, these are people that I would like to work with. The first question: do you know anybody that has been on any GLP-1 product, any weight loss shots or weight loss injections? Anybody who's either tried it or is interested in trying it? And those are people that could easily be customers. So again, I'm going to get the customers, no problem. The second thing: do you know anybody that's looking to make some extra money? We have a massive opportunity with bringing a brand new patented product to market with a system done for you with the latest AI technology, so everybody can be successful, even if they have never marketed, don't like to sell or anything like that. We have an entire turnkey system that we can teach people how to make unlimited income with their cell phone. Do you know anybody that's looking to make extra income? So again, it could be any variation of different questions, but we basically are just going to reach out and ask these 25 people that we would like to work with a couple questions, get some referrals, and see where it goes. If none of them join, you still are going to be successful by following the other steps. This gives you the ability to build faster than the other ways. The other ways are going to take a couple months to really get things going, and I'll explain that in detail here. But step 1 is very important, and it's really the only time that I'm going to recommend that people go and talk to friends and family or different things like that. I would recommend of this list, I would put as many of them as I know that are network marketers as possible. Because what I learned, and again, this is something that really changed um, my strategy. And I truly believe if I didn't change my strategy, I would not have become successful. I learned to move the odds in my favor. So let me explain that really quick. I move the odds in my favor because instead of talking to just everyday people and finding out that a good share of them have a negative perception of network marketing, and would maybe say, "Oh, is that a pyramid scheme, or it sounds a scam, or this, or I'm not a salesperson," or all of those types of things. I found out that usually 7 or 8 out of 10 people that I talked to had a negative perception, and then I had to try and figure out how to overcome that. So I'm starting off with the odds stacked against me. And then I figured out how to turn those odds, and I started only prospecting other network marketers. I know that can sound kind of weird, but it eliminated, I never again had anybody ask me a question about, is this a pyramid scheme? Never had anybody say, oh, I heard that's a scam. Never had anybody say that, oh, I don't like sales, I don't like marketing, I don't, any of these things. And here's what I knew about network marketers and still know to this day. Most of them are not making money. And here's where the power comes in. I know exactly why they're not making money. So if you know that 90% of the people aren't making money, you know exactly why they're not making money, and you can help them make money, that's a very powerful position to be in. And so when I started focusing on that, I literally changed the odds and put them in my favor and started to have massive success. I didn't work harder. I just had a different strategy. So step 2 through 5 all work together. And it's kind of like building blocks. You have to do all of them in order to have the best chance of success. And I'll do my best to explain why. So step 2 is going to be very simple. Because we have the AI already done, pre-programmed the entire campaign for ORYGN built in for you. Step 2, all you're going to do is link your Instagram to Closer. Again, no extra charge. I would recommend also sharing all of those posts to Facebook and TikTok to get a larger reach. And you can expand way more. This is the minimum. This isn't the maximum. There's other things that will train, other things that you can do, but just doing this is going to make a massive change. This will be posting, 3 times per day, 7 days per week. It'll be following up with 100% of the people that like the post, comment on the post, and it really starts the beginning of all of our strategies. Now, step 3 is going to be also a social media strategy, but it's going to be your stories. And again, Instagram stories, TikTok stories, Facebook stories are all going to work the same way. There's going to be 2 steps here. The first step is every single person is going to be posting 15 to 20 stories a day, doing something with ORYGN. And there's going to be a mix of things. Every month when you get your product, you should do an unboxing video and post that in your stories. Every day when you use the product, you should post it in your stories. And at least every week, you should share a testimonial on the product in your stories. In addition to that, any team training, a training like this, everybody should be screenshotting this, sharing it on their stories, putting some good music to it, sharing your link on your story. Any meeting, whether it's a lunch meeting, one-on-one, a home party, a home meeting, a hotel meeting, incentive trip, whatever it is, anything to do with the company that you're participating in, you should be taking a quick picture. It literally takes a minute and sharing it as a story, put some music to it. All these stories, so whether it's your unboxing, you using the product, a testimonial, a training call, an opportunity call, a hotel meeting, any of these you need to tag. This is everybody working together as a team. You need to tag at ORYGN 1111. Then what we are going to do for you, this is not a corporate site. This is simply to make step 3 possible for everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to take all these stories that you tag us in, we're going to turn them into posts on the Instagram page of ORYGN 1111. Now those posts you can share in your stories. So what this is going to do, it's going to create the perception, not even the perception, it's going to let people know what's going on in the company, because there's way more than just you getting the product every month. There's thousands or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people getting the product every month. There's way more than just you using the product every day. There's way more than just you having a testimonial. There's way more than just you on this training call or other training calls and stuff like that. And so this is just letting people know that this is a worldwide movement. You have things happening. Now, if you're posting step 2, 3 times plus per day on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And then step 3, you're sharing 15 to 20 stories per day. This is going to make step 4 and step 5 really produce massive results for your business. So now when we go to step 3, it is, step 4, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be following a minimum of 3 network marketers a day on Instagram. You can do it on TikTok or whatever. I recommend doing it on all of them, but we're just going to be talking about Instagram right now. The same things for Instagram would be Facebook, would be TikTok, would be LinkedIn, whatever social medias that you're using and being active on. You can do it on one of them. You can do it on all of them. Now, how do we find network marketers? Very easy. Go to any network marketing company, and the people that like and comment on those pages are typically network marketers. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow 3 networkers. Not going to invite them to look at ORYGYN or anything like that. All we're going to do is follow them. We're going to like and comment on at least 5 or 10 of their posts. Why? Because Instagram and Facebook and all those send out notifications. So they're going to get a notification once you follow them. They're going to get a notification on every post that you like. They're also going to get a notification on every post that you made a comment on. And what's going to happen is a certain percentage of them, I don't know if it's 10% or 80%, is going to wonder, who is this person? They're going to click on your profile. Now, what are they going to see? They're going to see step 2 and 3 going. They're going to see 3 posts a day, things going on. They're going to click on your stories. They're going to see people from all over the world using the product, meetings, events, all of those types of things every single day. They're going to have the perception that, wow, this guy's got something going on. And remember, these are all network marketers. They already know how network marketing works. And as you continue to do this, your first couple of weeks, that's why I said the steps 2 through 5 are going to take a little bit of time. But even if we just fast forward 2 months, in 2 months, you're going to have a couple hundred posts. And every day you're going to be sharing 15 or 20 stories. So by the 3rd month, when you're following those 3 people and they're clicking on your profile, you have things happening. And here's what I can also assure you. This is probably going to be very interesting for a lot of you. The light bulb is eventually going to go off as you're posting and you have your stories and you have people reaching out to you, asking you about the company, asking you about the product instead of you reaching out to them. And the light bulb is going to go off and you're going to start to notice things on all of these network marketers' pages. I already know 90% of them are making no money. But what you're going to know, that light bulb is going to go off and you're going to know exactly why they're not making any money. They're doing a horrible job of marketing. And they're going to see that you're doing a great job of marketing. They're going to notice a massive difference. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to, the first day, you're going to like and comment on 5 or 10 posts. Then you're going to go and check every day to see if they have posted again. And if they have, you're going to like and comment on every post that they do. So you're looking at starting off with 3 people, then the next day is 6, and then all the way up to day 30, there's 90 people that you're checking their Instagram account and seeing what's going on. Now, typically, this is only going to take maybe 30 or 40 minutes, even to go through 90, because most of them are not posting even once a week. And then they're wondering why nothing's happening. They're getting no exposures. They have no system. They have no strategy. Probably 95% of them are still working the system where the odds are stacked completely against them. They're not working the system that the odds are in their favor. And that's literally what we're able to do. So this will get you 90 prospects per month. that you're adding on and you're cultivating. How are you cultivating? By liking and commenting. Now, as soon as that first month is up, we go to step 5. So after you've been cultivating your prospect for 30 days, if they have not already reached out to you, which many of them will, you're now going to send your first invite. We have many invites that you can copy and paste. A week later, your second invite, a week later, your third invite, and a week later, which would be approximately 60 days, your fourth and final invite if they haven't already joined with you or are looking at things as a brand partner or as a customer. And then if no action is happening, you unfollow that person. And basically every 60 days, you're going to be working with about 180 prospects. And after doing this for a short period of time, you're always going to have people reaching out to you, asking questions, joining the business. I do not think you'll have any months ever that you don't sponsor people every single month. And we've already gone through that. If you sponsor one person a month and teach them to do the same thing, you're literally only 1 year from going from 0 to 100,000 a month. Within 2 years, you're making probably well over $1 million per month. 2.5 years, you have maybe the largest downline that's ever been built in the history of network marketing. The people that follow the system will be successful. The people that don't follow the system are leaving it up to luck. Maybe 1 or 2% will be successful. The good news is you can decide if you want to be that 1 or 2%, but the last thing I'm going to cover here before we close right at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, is what happens if somebody does request information. We keep this super, super, super simple. And this is why I said you don't have to be a good salesperson, a good communicator. You're not going to answer any questions on the product. You're not going to answer any questions on the comp plan. You're not going to answer any questions on the business. We're going to let the simple tools and system do all of that. You're simply going to ask them 3 questions. First question, if you could write your own check, what would it be? If you paid yourself every month, and it could be any number, how much would you pay yourself? Let's say they say $25,000. I'd say fantastic. If I can show you how to make that $25,000 per month, would you want to do it the hard way or the simplest way possible? Almost everybody's going to say simple. If they say the hard way, say, no problem. I just want to cut the conversation off right here. I don't work with anybody that wants to do it the hard way. I wish you the best, but it doesn't look like this is a match for you. Last question I'm going to ask. If you had an exact system to follow, where we gave you exact assignments, exact due dates, and I'm going to work with you to make sure that you do them, it's never going to take more than 2 hours per day, would you follow the system? I've asked literally, in my 30 years, I've asked tens of thousands of people this. I already know what they're going to say. They're going to say, yes, I'd follow the system. They're going to give you an amount. Typically, it's going to be thousands of dollars per month to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. They're all going to say the easy way. Why do I ask these questions? Why is this so important? Because when I know the amount of money that they need that they're looking to earn, and then I see that they're not following the system, they're not doing any of the things, I can remind them, hey, Joe, you told me you wanted to make $25,000 a month. You said you wanted to do it the easy way. You said you wanted to follow, that you would follow the exact system. You're not doing any of that. Let's not let this opportunity pass us by. We have the latest AI technology. We have the hottest product that there is. Let's get started. Here's the first step. Let's go ahead and do it right now. I'll help you. They can make a list of 25 people literally in a matter of 10 or 15 minutes. Grab your phone and make a list of 25 people. Go to Instagram, make a list of 25 people. Doesn't take any time at all. Send them these invites. Ask them these 2 questions. Step number 2, link up your Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, let's take 5 minutes and set one up. And then let's link it up to Closer. That's going to take less, even if you have no Instagram, it's going to take less than 10 minutes. Step number 3, start posting. That's going to take maybe 1 or 2 minutes per day. Part of step 3, go to ORYGYN 1111 and start sharing those posts on your stories from people all over the world. That's going to create the perception that you have something happening. Step 4, you're going to start following 3 network marketers a day. That's simple. Step 5, after 30 days, you're going to send them an invite. That's the entire system. Every single person can do it. And again, I've used very similar systems to this to Every company I've ever joined as a distributor, I've ended up in the top 10 distributors within my first year, even if it was a 15 or 20-year-old company. I know zero people in my 30-year career that's followed this system exactly and hasn't created a 6 or 7 figure income within 2 years. I don't even know one person in 30 years. I know a bunch of people that said they had followed the system and didn't follow the system, but there's nothing we can do there. But if you've been looking for that chance to live life on your terms and you wanted a hot product that billions of people are looking for at a much lower cost with all the same studies and everything like that, you want a marketing system that's proven, and then you want to use the latest AI technology so that it's taking 1 or 2 hours per day instead of 5 or 6 hours per day. I used to tell people part-time, if I could show you how to make that $25,000 a month part-time, would you want to do it the easy way or the hard way? Now I say spare time. It's not even part-time. With the technology and everything that we have, it literally is just spare time. So again, hopefully this has got you a decent view of what you would be doing on a daily basis, that you understand that it literally is no more than 1 or 2 hours per day that you put into the entire business. I want to thank you for your time. We're doing the same thing all the way up until the 26th. Opportunity and then training, opportunity and training. The training is always going to be the same. There's nothing more to it. A lot of times people, want to participate in all these trainings, and I'm like, training is really almost not necessary, because I can go through everything that you're ever going to need to do to be a top income earner in 30 minutes or so. The only thing you got to decide is that, are you going to be one that actually does it? If so, let's prove it right now by pulling out your phone, taking a quick picture, sharing it as a story, tagging ORYGYN 1111. It'll literally take you 1 minute to do it. And that's just these little baby steps to get into the habits. And one of my favorite books is Jeff Olson's The Slight Edge. And so much of success is just having that slight edge, doing just things a little bit different strategy. In fact, if you do it correctly, you will not work nearly as hard as the people that are not making money. It's very ironic. You can make way more money by working not nearly as hard as the people that are out there grinding, because most of them, again, are working with the odds against them. Most of the people that they're talking to have a negative perception about the industry, and so they're starting off backwards or starting off in the hole, where they have to overcome all these objections before they even get them started. Just start with network marketers. You'll never have any of those objections, ever. And we already know most of them aren't making money. We know exactly why they're not making money. And we're the company with the system, with the tools, and the training that they can make money with. So again, let's do this the easy way. Let's do this together as a team. Last thing I'm going to say, every single company site that ORYGYN has, you need to be following it, and you need to comment and like every single post that happens. Every single one of the people that you personally sponsor, you need to follow them on all the social medias that they're focused on, and you need to like and comment on every post that they do. These are things that are going to take maybe 10 to 15 minutes per day, but it gets everybody working together as a team, and it gets not only the company's algorithm working for them, but it gets each and every one of the distributors algorithm working, so that Instagram is willing to share us with the 2 billion people that have an active Instagram account. If you're not posting every day, if your posts aren't consistent, they're not going to share you with very many people. Why would they? If you're not getting interaction and you're not interacting with people, they're not going to do much to put you out into in front of those 2 billion people. But if we're all working together as a team, every time the company posts something, you like it, you comment. Every time somebody that you personally sponsor posts, you like and you comment. And then we share as many as you can. Share them on your stories. These are all things that Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and everybody looks for to decide what information they promote. So again, hopefully this gives you guys a kind of a clear picture. Maybe you learned some things. And again, I can't wait to be sending out these weekly checks that I can see growing week after week, month after month, year after year, and really making a difference in people's lives. So again, thanks everybody. Same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Opportunity, approximately 30 minutes, and then we'll go straight into the training, approximately 30 minutes. So thanks everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your night.